I'm Greg and this is IGN News. X-Men Days of Future Past screenwriter Simon Kinberg has been discussing the next film in the franchise, explaining that X-Men Apocalypse will at least partially focus on the relationship between Mystique and Beast. He calls it the final part of a trilogy for this particular generation of mutants. Speaking to Collider, Kinberg said, X-Men Apocalypse is definitely the close of a trilogy for those first-class characters, which isn't to say we won't see them in future movies. Hopefully we will, but it's a completion of the arc for them. I think the friendship between Eric and Charles, which has always been so integral to the franchise, is something we're continuing to explore and hopefully deepen with Apocalypse. And the relationship between Beast and Mystique is a really interesting one that we didn't have a lot of time to explore in Days of Future Past. So we'll have an opportunity to do more of that in Apocalypse. And it sounds like Kinberg and director Bryan Singer have been putting a lot of thought into the character of Mystique and how she could become something of a focus in this movie. He continued, part of what's really interesting about Mystique's character is that she is, in some ways, the child of both Eric and Charles. She grew up with Charles and then sort of became a woman with Eric. So her being the cross-pollination, if you will, of those two philosophies and those two men is something we can explore in the movie too. X-Men Apocalypse hit screens May 27th. For all your mutant movie news, stay tuned to IGN.